you're actually saying the Grafton Public Library supports Deb Clough.
I was thinking the same thing.
I
feel like if the library is a source for information, I would rather see, explaining, the articles or having a question and answer with you and with Steve to provide voters with,
and Steve Darrow, because that's trustee of the trust fund, because they're advocating for me for both of them.
Okay.
I was surprised. I said I don't think we should put that on.
Yeah, that makes me
Just promote that campus
I, but they said, yeah, we're going to. So anyway, I guess I would check with the Secretary of State and see if that's legit, or just change it to a
I think there's
thing.
what's legal and what the town is comfortable with and what our, and
That's true.
my feeling is that advocating so blatantly goes against the mission of just library information sharing.
Okay.
So what do you want removed? The vote for Deb Clough or that whole page?
I mean, I would rather see more, if we remove that whole back page and put more, illustrations or something about the library plan. Because right now that looks kind of, if I saw that, I'd say, I don't really get what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
Yes, and Elena did say that she is waiting for a site plan and an architect's drawing to go on there. That's not a good page anyway, it's got too much blank space. So there were going to be 2 more drawings.
2 more drawings, and we could possibly bulk up the facts, the frequently asked questions, or a timeline, or whatever.
Okay, then we need that content. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure, I've read this before, so you might wanna just throw it on there, because I've heard, and I've read this and I can't quote anything, is that if you're putting out a mailer to do anything to vote for something, you're supposed to actually, who paid for that mailer?
Oh, right.
So like, if this is gonna be Fogel's, it actually should see paid by the Friends of Grafton
Yeah.
And that, cause that takes a lot of that helps you guys out too, so you're not like
It
getting
helps,
nailed
yeah,
for.
well, it helps the trustees.
Absolutely.
I agree with that.
I also, I don't know what, the
Even though
anonymous
there's plenty
donation.
of anonymous mailings in this town.
Yeah, I know, it's not like anybody actually follows that rule.
But we want to be better. We want to set a higher standard. Yeah, so paid for by Vogel through a generous donation. However you want to word it, but make it clear. I think Steve's point is good. What was the anticipated mailing date of this?
Elena was thinking the Thursday before the vote, but I think we ought to be a little bit earlier than that. I would aim for no later than Tuesday before the vote.
Yeah.
Just because you never know when the post office is gonna get swamped, and you don't want this to arrive the day after the vote.
Actually, what Andrew was saying earlier, if I'm not mistaken, Andrew, the 2 articles regarding the library could be explained and not vote whatever.
Yeah, I think that's my preference, is to explain it and let people make up their.
You know what I mean? Instead of saying yes or no, just explain what the 2 articles are about.
Okay.
But, again, if we take off the Grafton Public Library on the front and we make it a Friends of Grafton Library, then we can do what we want.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think there's obviously case study that suggests that people have a hard time differentiating between the 2 groups. So, as a trustee, I would ask that we aim for kind of a neutral information sharing tone.
Yeah, our newsletter back in, I think it was 2016, I'm not sure. It was, vote this way, and, yeah. But it wasn't, we weren't endorsing a candidate on it.
Yeah, and we have no control, again, we have no control over, what emails get sent out or what other mailings, but if this is, I've made my point, so.
hang on.
Steve, when is candidates night again?
First, Wednesday the first. You got that message? Wednesday the first, 6:30 PM, Town Hall. Good, that's one more I can scratch off my list that said yes, they got the message.
And maybe that's what we could put on here is, you know, to learn more about the candidates running for these offices, attend candidates night.
If it was
Oh,
out,
oh,
it
but
would be
unless
out
it's
by
sent
then.
out. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you
But
have
I
any-
actually am gonna ask you, something else about information, and,
then do you have any feedback on when this is sent out?
No. I think so Tuesday the 7th is what you were recommending?
Yeah,
That seems better to me.
yeah, and I think the reason why we wanted to hold it off, number one, fresh in people's mind. Number two, you know, I hate to say it, but in case it's a negative mailing,
Yeah.
we can sort of soften the blow, you know? But
Don't
you
worry,
wouldn't
I won't
surprise
do a
me.
negative mailing.
Huh?
Don't worry, I'm not.
No, I wouldn't say
Oh,
anything.
okay, no, I was just.
Oh, no, no.
I just wanna let you know.
Yeah. No, not you at all. It's, I don't know. Do you go on Facebook?
No.
It's a swirling sewer on there. And we've actually stayed out of it.
Yeah. Seems to be the best route these days. And I had on here website approval, so we had asked Vogel if they wanted to include information about the library project on your new website. Is that
that's in
happening?
progress, yes,
Okay.
Yeah, it's not up and running yet. I think it's supposed to be next week.
hopefully.
So then I think what I will do is, I provided Paul with like a PDF collection of the site plan, the architectural renderings. I want to at least get that out onto the
Oh, yeah.
town website or something, so, because I do hear that people are like, we're running a library and there's no information out there about it, which is,
Yeah, I
I
think,
think poor on our part, so.
yeah, I think we should have some stuff here.
Yeah, well, we said that.
Some
We
diagrams.
need to get those printed out,
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe in a binder or something.
Anything else from the Friends of the Library? Okay. I just have on here, trying to think of it monthly, the strategic planning implementation for 2023, which is continuing to improve communication, so through our newsletter, through that website, through, I guess, digest posts. I'm happy to advertise for the book club and the astronomy club through that as well. Optimizing library hours, I think, will be a conversation after town meeting, depending on how our staff changes. Building up the library volunteer base, again, that too would kind of depend on staffing. Planning programs about local topics of interest. I think this newsletter definitely shows that there's a whole bunch of programming ideas out there, and if we add chess club to that, I think that
Yeah.
shows a real effort. Seek out and acquire grant funding. That was it. Those are the 6 items. So I feel comfortable. I feel like we're doing something towards our strategic plan. Great. All right, that's for Susan.
She won't watch it.
And then I have here, we talked last time about a building committee, subcommittee to form, to free up the regular trustee business for library operations. I think we should wait until town meeting to see if it's necessary.
Absolutely.
or, you know, even a yay or nay, right? You know, hear the feedback from the voters and maybe create a subcommittee to work on that plan and the advertising of it. And then, again, just the Astronomy Club meeting on March 18th. Steve, I heard you talking about what happened to Pluto, so we'll find out.
Yeah, it's actually, the guy is so smart, man. He is like, you can ask him any question about out in space, and he just like comes right at it. I'm telling you, it's awesome. I went to the last one, it was just amazing, and the pictures that he had.
Yeah, was it the Hubble telescope one?
Yeah.
No,
Oh, that's the
amateur astronomers are taking these pictures. They had the full moon with Mars about the size of a penny next to it. Real, you know, real.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah, I've been actually meeting them. That's one I'd like to step into. I kind of like.
yeah, it is really, really interesting.
Did anyone else go to the Hubble one? It was. I thought it was just gonna be looking at nice pictures. It was like way over my head. I had no idea
So
what
freaking brilliant.
the physics of camera optics, and I didn't know it. It was intense.
I was like spellbound the whole hour. I was like, men asking these questions, and it was like, it's awesome.
Yeah. So that's great of him to continue doing.
Absolutely.
And then I just have other business. I feel like I'm missing something, but
I asked you to put me on. I don't know if you did or not.
you can be other business. What do you want to?
Okay, so
We'll start with you, and then we'll go to
yeah.
anyone else in the audience does.
I spent a couple days just cleaning up emails and stuff like that, and other stuff because it just got left behind. So, you know, I'm assuming that you guys don't usually pay the New Hampshire downloadable books until near the end of the year. I don't know, but they sent out the new invoice, and it's $475 every year. I guess it's different now. It fluctuates.
Yeah, I think it was 400 last
No, I think it was over
year.
475. I looked, and it had
I think
Grafton.
it was like 480 something. It
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah. It was like
Okay.
480 something last year. Because I looked, I said, oh, this year's cheaper. Because I looked at who paid last year, and why they do this is because some people like to pay a year ahead. They paid already on 12/31 because this email probably came before 12/31. So I just don't know if we want this now. I didn't want to just leave it hanging.
Well,
Yeah, I mean we can certainly sign off on it, so at least it's
Already
approved.
approved.
So anyways, I printed the invoice and I filled out the necessary information, and it says where to mail it and who to make it out to and all that stuff.
Last year was 484.
Yeah, yeah,
Thanks.
yeah. So this is cheaper this year. But don't ask me what they use as a,
Yeah, I mean we might as well sign off on it.
I mean, they'll let you know if you don't pay it by the end of this year.
Should we pay it gradually?
If you get the funds, I just pay it. Well, you like to be on a cyclical thing so that you're not like just bouncing around when it comes up. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's my.
Should we pay it like quarterly?
I think
imagine
you
they
send
want
it all.
they want it. Yeah, they want it.
Yeah, they want the whole chunk.
So what is in our? Do you know off the top of your head what's in our checking account or
Yes.
looking at
I
piece
mean,
of paper?
I have it on.
And this is something then that we can submit to the town
Hey, don't
as a
look,
part
I'm
of that.
reading it off. I didn't get the printout of the statement yet, cause, well, that's a long story, but anyway, in the, trustees, $1,352, the directors, $313. Also, I need to bring up another financial thing, but after this.
So I mean, I would suggest that we pay this out of the trustees checking and then seek reimbursement from the town right away, because I know that was part of the problem last year is that we used our gross basis to cover the media expenses instead of seeking reimbursement. So we should do that, right?
Or couldn't we pay it out of the Paul Kiza fund, because that's for It has no restrictions, and there's over $8,000.
Yeah, but that would've been gross budget. That'd be using your gross budget.
Yeah, this is, I mean,
Oh.
this is money that the town has, budgeted for us, so
Yeah,
Okay.
use it out of that funding.
So we pay it, and then they pay us, the town
Yeah,
reimburses us.
alright. Okay.
so the thing that, well, when they send out another email with the invoices in the fall, like they will, around, mid-December, it'll show this one paid, and all they gotta do is look down the chart to make sure they see that it's paid the director at that time. I mean, I like paying things right off, everything.
Well, 'cause otherwise then you forget, it's like your insurance bill.
Yeah, exactly,
So I
Um,
can take this and pay
absolutely.
this, okay.
Great.
Another thing is, it's dark over there, so I'm gonna take apart that light bulb, there's a light bulb, dead there. I was just wondering, when it's colder, these lights are dimmer, they're archaic now,
Move
actually. They
to
slow down.
LEDs.
Yeah, so,
Move to LEDs.
I wanna go to LEDs, but they're, candelabra
yeah,
size,
yeah.
so you have to buy adapters, I think. Oh,
No,
maybe
they
you
have-
buy LED
yeah,
with the candelabra
Cause
size?
I bought
That's
LEDs,
Yeah.
Interesting.
I bought LEDs
I
for
got
this.
one with like a little, the part you screw in is about that wide,
Oh,
is
yeah.
that the right?
Well, I know what it is, I've got it, I actually put it in the shopping cart just so that I can, remember what it is. It's like
Yeah.
25, there's numbers, a regular one is like 36, and this one's 15 or something, it's size, the way they size them.
Yeah, 'cause I just replaced all my light bulbs with LEDs and they're just regular light bulbs, you screw them in
Right, but
Yeah.
this won't take, this is a candelabra size socket.
and the smaller.
Yeah, the little small ones, like you put, candle size things in. So my question is, should I go out and buy them, get reimbursed? Should I order them on Amazon? I mean, how can we do that? I mean, I just
Yeah,
don't
so
wanna see everything fall behind.
I purchased a bunch of LED bulbs for this maybe 2 years ago, and they weren't bright enough, so I would
Oh.
recommend checking the wattage, and I think you would have to get them online because Lowe's or wherever I went didn't have enough options. I remember it being different. It might have changed by now, but you might have to go online to get the high
Well,
wattage
for like,
ones that fit.
for $10, because a lot of times those smaller, the smaller bases are actually more expensive.
Yeah,
So for like $10, I can get 6 adapters, and you could put regular LED,
Yeah.
100-watt LEDs in.
I got a question though. So these here take regular light bulbs, right?
Those I think will take up to 150
Just a regular
watts.
light bulb.
Yeah.
I mean,
So would it be cheaper just to change out the light fixture on those? So they take a LED light?
I think it's only $10.
No, I didn't know.
How are you gonna? I don't know. What do you mean change?
Cause
Change
you
the whole light
take, you
fixture?
take the light fixture right off and just put a new one right back on.
Oh, the light fixture itself, not the fan.
Not the fan, the lights are interchangeable.
Well, I know it's only $10 for the adapters, for 6 adapters. Yeah, see.
What the
pretty
hell
small.
is that thing?
Yeah.
Another thing I had to look at is that some LEDs don't like enclosed globes.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't even know what it amounts to, but
Yeah. I just know. I mean, we got a couple bulbs out over there, so it's dark over there, and
To save yourselves a lot of hassle. Cause I've changed them all, in all the rest of the town, I've already changed them all underneath maintenance, and I don't know, this vehicle, the selectman is like, this could be part of the whole maintenance thing, just let the town take care of it, and just not worry about it, but if you wanna go for it, go for it.
hey, if they wanna come
Because we can
over
go,
and take
you know,
care
we
of
can
it.
order stuff off of Amazon or anything, well, I can get reimbursed for it,
Technically, it's still a town building.
yeah.
Do you?
I don't know, I'm just,
See, well, they separated us years ago. They separated all the buildings, and you had to support yourself, even when it come down to the. I mean, they pay the bills for like the phone and electricity, but they track it now separately. They used to be all under general government buildings.
I did that, talked to Jenny and
Yeah, and they divided it all, and so that everybody's oil bill was,
Yep.
Yeah.
not that we pay it.
my theory is it's still a town building, the town owns it.
I'll tell you what, I changed everything out at the highway department, the high bays. And we,
Cool.
even with the electricity going up 80% or whatever it did, the light bill's still half of what it was before.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a no-brainer
So,
to not go to LED
how would we go
screens or
about-
another.
Just go to the selectmen and request it?
Oh, yes, the selectmen.
I'm good with that. Who's gonna do that? You good?
Yeah, Leaf, Steve Leaf, you wanna? I mean, we also have the money ourselves, so it's a matter of, I guess, scale, and you know, if the town has this.
Yeah, I mean, I can't answer for the selectmen. All I can say is like I've done it for some of the other, you know,
Okay.
I went through, I did it for the fire department.
Awesome.
I did it for, I
Yeah,
don't
because-
know why you wouldn't.
Yeah, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's taxpayer money.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
seems to me like,
Well, they like to make sure
And
it's
whether-
associated with that.
but-
Yeah, that.
and once again, whether this building stays a library or doesn't stay as a library, it's gonna be a municipal building anyway.
Mhm.
So why
Right.
put
And-
these?
And it ain't like it's gonna not be the library next year. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a bit.
Yeah.
So, I just think we need better lighting. Look, look at that.
Yeah.
Well, that corner, there is a light over there, but anyway. Okay, great. Do you want me to contact the selectmen? Or do you want to? Or do you want me to? I don't mind.
Yeah, if you're the staff liaison person, then that's,
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. That saves me
Yeah.
an email I'll forget about.
Okay, another thing is,
Oh my gosh, Deb.
shush, I've only got 2 more items. The Historical Society calendars, is it time for them to go? Make some space here for the top here. I mean, it's the end of February. How many people are gonna buy 2023 calendars?
Give it a couple of weeks.
I said the end of February or something. I don't know. I'm just, you know, I'm trying to make space. You know, I don't like things getting jammed up and clogged up. So, I don't know. Just asking.
Yeah,
Is it my decision?
I'd say it's your.
It used to be my decision before.
I'd say it's your decision.
I
You're
can
the
actually
staff
take
member
them.
at this point.
Huh?
I can take them,
They're yours, buddy.
because I believe Mom was looking.
I mean, I
for
just, they're still somewhere. Somebody.
them. People are still looking for them, just sitting here and they're not doing anything.
Yeah, and if they came in and asked for them, I could. But you know something? Let me give you the money too. If
Yes,
there's any money
yeah.
in there, there might be some money in there.
envelope.
You got connections with the president?
Yeah,
All right.
or other parts of the
Okay.
historical
Now-
society.
I'd like to be able to email the listserv with the spring fling. I mean, I always did everything. I'd do the spaghetti feed for the recreation committee. By the way, why are they going 5 to 10? Can I walk in there at 9:30 at night and get a plate of spaghetti? Anyway,
Is it really 5 to 10 p.m.?
yes, it's 5 to 10.
What day was that?
Saturday.
Wow. Different crowd at 9 p.m. I bet, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they're gonna play games. I don't know. But anyway, I'd like to tell them about the lasagna. I'd
Don't
like
they
to,
know everyone shows up at 4 o'clock to eat, and they're
and I would put it. I could do it a couple ways since I'm not the director. I could send it to you guys first and get it approved, if that's what you want. I won't do anything political. I'll say when voting day is. That's all I do. You know.
Yeah.
I've always done that. You know, when's voting day. In fact, I usually have a copy of the ballot here for
Yep.
people to look at.
that's
Always
an
have.
important service. Yep.
So just, you know, events, things that are happening, or information like the library hours that are open, you know, regularly in case you've heard different or
Yep.
something,
Yep.
you know? Is that okay with you guys?
That seems fun.
Okay. Do you want me, do I have to send it to you first, or you'll be on the mailing list,
Yeah.
so. If I do something wrong, you can, you know,
Slap your wrist
take me
later.
out back.
I personally don't feel the need to have to review and edit an email,
Okay.
so. Okay. Any other, is that your last thing, Deb?
It is, unless you bring up something else that I have something to say about.
Okay. Any other?
Anyone else before I start?
Oh,
Okay, Leaf, it's all up to
Got
you.
a couple things. So last meeting, Andrew, you made a comment about the property lot, who controls it.
Yes.
I'd like to
The-
reiterate that the selectmen still fully control that lot until a functioning library is on it.
Yeah, I would discount. I would say that's not the case.
Per RSA 41:11A, our lawyer, DRA and DOJ all state that the selectmen control it until
there's a building on it.
there's a building on it.
Boy, it's funny because I've heard from the Municipal Association and from DOJ, well, at least from Terry Knowles, and formerly at the DOJ, that the library laws are pretty explicit and that any property under library ownership or related thereto
The problem was that the deed is to the town.
for the express
For the property.
purposes of a library
For the
building.
purpose of a library, there's no library on it, so it's technically town property.
Boy, I think we can go round and round about this.
Yeah.
How would you resolve that?
Yeah,
A
I mean, I would
conference
just say.
call?
Build a library.
Conference call with
Library.
DOJ and the selectmen
Which-
and
which
the
RSA
judge?
is that?
Drop off a shed.
41:11A.
There's a little library on there.
Yeah. There's a library.
Yeah, I mean, I can bother.
Then 41:9. But
Do you know who?
But
do you know
also-
who at the Attorney General's you've been or Attorney General office you've been speaking to? Was it Michael Haley?
no. I can't remember his name. I have a list at my office and work.
Yeah, I mean, we can in the next,
Yeah.
by the next meeting, because we do keep getting different opinions and it's just frustrating.
But also, the deed also says the selectmen have ultimate voice, and I'm going to go right to my next comment, which involves Deb, which I'm happy you're here. At the deliberative session, you made a comment about the Halloween decorations that everyone had an issue with. Your own MOU with the library states that the selectmen have say what goes on that property.
Oh, I understand that.
No, so.
But they okayed trunk or treat.
Yeah,
So we were
didn't-
decorating for trunk or treat. Do you
For them.
not,
We're
I
not
get
to be left, not to be left temporary.
it was for a week,
Yeah,
and then we took them away.
we didn't authorize the decorations.
Are you,
No one told us that they were gonna be putting decorations up.
even though we've done it every year. Now, can I
Right.
ask you this, Lee? Is that really a good way to spend the selectmen's time, is to pick apart picnic table,
Garlic.
no, yeah, the garlic gathering, we were slammed, but putting decorations down for an event, I mean, we always go there the day or two before to set up. What's the difference? We go set up our things the day before events, what's the difference?
We're not going to town meetings and having a fit because the town, the selectmen are doing this. We're holding you to your MOU. That's the only thing we're doing.
I get that.
Yeah, I don't like when all these agreements are based off of poor legal advice given to us before. That's what I'm nervous about. So I'll read the deed here. After describing the lot lines, it says, "This conveyance is contingent upon the property and improvements to be placed on the conveyed land shall be used solely for library purposes as determined by the Library Board of Trustees. This will allow, if so determined by trustees, for the relocation onto the conveyed land of the library building currently located at 47 Library Road, and for the possible construction of new structures that the library trustees may deem to be appropriate and affordable to provide quality library services for the existing and reasonably anticipated future population of Grafton. If, from time to time, other organizations, public or private, request permission for temporary use of a portion of the land for improvements, The library trustees, upon determining that such use will not interfere with the library use, may grant such consent. This conveyance is made with understanding and on the condition that the property being conveyed is to be used solely by the town, except for limited circumstances set forth in the previous paragraph. So, with that language and with the RSA 202A whatever, it was Terry Knowles' legal opinion that the town's lawyer was woefully wrong in their opinion, and that that lot is controlled by the library trustees. So we can have our lawyers go back and forth, but I would iterate Deb's point that it doesn't seem to be a very good use of the town's management style to bicker about
Just
Halloween
remember the road.
decorations.
Guys aren't gonna follow it.
And that's an
You know-
option too. We could just
You know what's interesting
Just ignore
is,
it.
I think I read a different copy of that. I've read 2 other copies of the same
Yeah.
deed. Like,
there's an earlier one apparently.
yeah, and
This is the
something
one that
else I
has
just
the-
read that was supposedly final. It did, and trust me, I'm not
Yeah.
arguing what it says on it. It just seems like there's like different versions of this thing floating around. And it would be nice to actually have a copy. What is actually filed with the state?
And that's what this one has, like the the book page, barcode, number on it. So I'm happy to send that to you guys, or we could even put it on the website or whatever.
No, that's not signed by the selectmen. That one, is it?
This one is signed by the
Yeah,
selectmen.
so it's signed by the selectmen.
Yeah, I don't know.
There was a,
'Cause there was one that was earlier than that said something different too. I don't know.
he proposed to have it that if we didn't construct something in 10 years, the town had to purchase it back from him, including all the interest that $40,000 would have made. I talked to him, and I said, Tessa, it ain't gonna pass if you have that on there. So we took it off.
Yeah, I got a quick copy of the deed that says that the selectmen have say of the buildings that go on there.
You have a copy of the deed that says that? I would love to see that.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. I got so many emails.
Because it even says, if Andrew, that last paragraph says something about the selectmen, didn't it? Or say something about
For the use of the town, or
yeah, but then it said,
except for the limited circumstances set forth in the previous paragraph.
in the previous paragraph,
which
which
is
says
locating
trustees.
the existing library or building a new
Okay.
on that lot.
Can I
But
ask
it says the trustees control it.
does anybody know what is the deed or the RSA's is the one, what determines this? Because can the deed delegate authorities against the RSA's?
No.
It's a good question.
Yeah, I
You
wouldn't
know,
think
you
so.
can't go against an RSA.
No, I would think not.
Yeah, or if you did, it would set up a legal challenge, right? But I would just say that, I mean, the deed and the communication we have from Chester Gray, it's very clear that the library is to have that lot for library purposes. So we can go back and forth for a long time about this, like we have for years, but I think it's not a good use of anyone's time.
Exactly.
Leave any other
Nope.
comments?
I had known, but I can't remember what it is.
Good.
Insurance.
Leaf, what were your, it was about the deed and Halloween, Halloween decorations? Or?
Yeah.
No, it's just, mine was just about Debbie's comments.
Oh,
There were a lot of comments made at the
Oh,
deliberative
yeah.
session that
That was
you could have
stupid.
countered a lot of people's points.
I just didn't want to activate it that. Too many tangents went on and
Yeah.
My throat
You
was
missed
sore
a
the
good
rest
thing.
of the day.
it was.
that's a tough job.
That was
You do
that was
it
a
well,
really
though.
tough job.
You
Steve.
do it really
In
well.
this town, yeah, you get an award.
I think like Tom Warner did it one year, he was done. Sue Frost was tragic.
Yeah.
That was tragic.
So,
Some people don't belong there.
So, before you adjourn, I've got a quick one.
sure.
I hope I don't have to do this 91 BS. What I'm really looking for is I've got all the town, I'm trying to dig into financials, okay? Just because I'm gonna run through this, I need to know what the hell's happening. All right, so I got all the financial stuff. What I'm looking for is a transaction of what's coming in, going out into the director's accounts, like what donations are coming in and what all that stuff is used for.
Donations are kind of rare, unless they're books.
Well, was there any donations last year?
Yeah, we received.
Yes.
Yeah, 1,000, at least, I mean, the $1,000 was the biggest one we received.
Yeah, and then there was one for 25 and one for 50.
And that's why I just want to like know who that's from and where did that money go. That's what I'm after. And I hope I don't have to do the whole 91 ABS, but I will if I have to. Just to get
I
it.
would think you could get it, I mean, well, we're happy to provide whatever we can.
Oh,
but-
yeah.
from the bank statements or something,
Yeah.
because there should be copies of the check, I would think. No?
They don't
Oh, no,
do-
they get it back. No. It must be recorded somewhere.
And it's $25. I'm not worried about. I'm just worried about like there's one for 1,000 and the rest was $5. Where did the $1,000 come from? You know, and I kind of where did that go? Because I'm trying to dig into this and figure out like where does media money come from? Where does it go? You know, if I'm gonna jump into this
I know,
Yeah.
possibly. I
So,
just want to know
when
how
I
this works.
was here, we kept a ledger with any donations. And
Yeah.
then there's a safe, not a safe, but you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But I think you as a treasurer would know where this stuff came from, right?
Yeah, the $1,000 came from my uncle in Kentucky. And,
There you go.
Okay. And then what happened with work? See we've got the town money. I totally get that. Everything that comes out of QuickBooks, right? But then there's two other checking accounts. As I
Yeah.
understand, the directors and the trustees. And there's no record of that anywhere. Other than what you have. And that's what I'm after is like, I don't care about the nickels, you know, like there's 55 cents interest, I don't care. But it's like, what's going in and what's going out of those, that's what I'm really after.
This has been brought up a couple times that
Well,
it'd be great to have a better system for
Well,
tracking this,
I
but
can say this, the trustees, see, because trustees are a autonomous, the library trustees are autonomous from the town, you know what I mean, they can't, I mean, they're, you know, obviously they have to mix to some extent, but that's why there's a separate report in the town report with all the income and all the expenses and where they went,
Yeah,
so it should be,
there is no town report yet.
well, they should all be there when it comes out.
Right, but I'm
I mean,
kinda
if you look-
hoping, by candidates night, I would like to have this information, that's why 91.8 it.
Yeah, well, I imagine, did you pass in a treasurer's report to the town?
yes.
So they must have it, and you must have one.
The 2022 didn't come out yet.
Right. But, so you have, you know, we always have a separate one for,
Well, I can give you a copy of,
yeah, and she
What
can give you a copy of it. Well, yeah. So somewhere in here, yeah, so this is probably, there's the tax collector's report, the recreation. So one of them in here will be the library trustees. They're all their accounts.
so a general rule is the money comes into the trustees account and then we vote to spend that or move some of that money into the director's account. And we've been doing about $100 a month or $400 a quarter.
And this is all the expenses, receipts, total receipts, and then what are their holdings?
but would you like a
This year's,
annual report for 22?
Yeah, for this past year, because
Yeah.
like I say, I've got this transaction detail, what was spent out of the budget. That's,
All right.
that I've already got.
Yeah, you
It's
got
just,
it.
yeah, it's just the rest of it is like, we had $1,000, where did that $1,000 go? Did it go to jelly beans? Did it go to media? You know, that's what I'm,
Yeah.
so,
Let me see if even Karen, did you see me maybe on?
but generally a undirected donation, like they didn't say it's books only
Yeah.
type thing.
It went into the
Just,
directory.
and if it's not a trust, you know, like
Probably
if we
just
have trust that we
Right.
can't spend the
mostly
principal
media,
of.
right?
yeah.
Well, I don't
Normally,
know, probably the
that
portable.
just goes into whatever accounts
Right,
they decide to put it in.
$6.82 you get out of the trust, out of the interest.
Out of the interest, and
Yeah.
then CDs usually, or they go into the checking account of the trustee, and then, and then it gets shuffled around where you need it to go, just like the selectmen do.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
really.
the reason I'm just after that is just because, I mean, I'm just looking at this and trying to figure out what are we doing for media, the dollars come in, where does it go?
Yeah.
It's not like any different
Yeah.
than I would have done at the fire department,
Yeah. Yeah, so again, like the media budget's about $100 a month, and
Yeah,
that's,
so like, it ain't like that $1,000 goes for that, unless it was specifically requested to go for that. But it's just like, you bring in money, the town gives us so much, we expend it.
Alright,
when is the 2022 report coming?
Next
everybody
one,
looks at
right?
me like I'm a selectman, I'm like, I'm not even close.
It's getting sent to the
We don't
printer
even-
tomorrow.
Okay, okay, so in the coming weeks.
Okay, cool.
Alright, so basically, I think I got what I need, if it's coming out tomorrow, then.
Oh, it's not.
Well,
Or
it's
it's
going
gonna
to the
be
printer
printed
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Probably
it's
here
going to the
on the
printer
side.
Well,
tomorrow.
you could ask Sarah, she would have the treasurer's report. I don't have it in my email.
Well, Sue would definitely have it, because she's doing the town report, right?
Oh, that's true.
Sue Smith.
Alright, let me see what
I
I
can
can
send
find.
you the town report. I don't need it.
Or Cindy's probably got it too, then.
Yeah.
I can bother her for that. Okay, thank
Fire
you.
department's killing me. Fire department's killing me.
All right. Any other comments?
So, I guess if I feel like I need something, should I just email you guys and say, should I go out and buy it, like vacuum cleaner bags? Cause they weren't vacuuming this with a normal vacuum, they were using the little battery operated Swiffer who,
Battery.
So,
you weren't, no, it's plug in, but it's a big little thing. And so, I literally gotta oil up the zipper so like if
Yeah.
I need vacuum cleaner bags.
yeah, I mean, I realize that this is kind of a gray area because we're essentially having you serve as interim library director, making those decisions.
No, you told me I wasn't, you said I was
and
just a
we said-
staff.
I know, and we said that was because we didn't hire for that, and we didn't. So, I would say, I mean, it's. I want to be cognizant. Of
I'm just
your
gonna
comfort
send you an
level.
email, I'm gonna
Okay.
send you an email, hey, I need these, can I spend it? And how do I get reimbursed?
Yeah.
Or do you want me, do you have an Amazon account? I'm not gonna go that way, I'm just gonna buy it and then you guys can
And we'll
reimburse.
reimburse. Yeah. Do
Okay.
that.
Alright.
Provide us reimbursements and.
But I will get ahead of time, like approval. Cause I'm not comfortable just buying things without approval right now.
Okay. All right. 7:01.